All right, we are alive. Do you want to start or would you like me to?
Go ahead.
All right, perfect. Hey guys, thank y'all so much for hopping on to Distributor 101. If you're a new distributor, welcome. Like, we are so excited to have you on the team. I thought I had notes, but I don't. So we're going for it. So first off, I just want to introduce myself in case you're catching the recording. I know everyone on right now, but my name is Leandra Bobo. I have been with Singular for 3 years. Please tell me if I need to speak up too. I have been with Singular for 3 years. I lost 60 pounds in my first year, maintaining that now for almost 3 years. But more importantly than that, we're going to talk business today. I jumped into Singular because I was basically the perfect distributor in the fact that I did my 8-day jump start. Nikki told me to post. I posted, and then I got my quick start, and it just worked out the way it was supposed to. But there was a lot of hustle behind it. I needed to get my products paid for. I was a broke 20-year-old college student, and I would have never been able to afford this had I not started the business side. So that is how I got into it. And now I stay at home. I work Singular. I part-time nanny with the dream and the goals that Singular will be my full-time income. No matter where you're starting out though, totally fine. But just keep in mind, you have to know your goals. You have to know where you're headed in this company, because if you're just blindly running, you're not going to get anywhere. So that's something that we're going to talk about today. And so thank you so much for hopping on. I'm going to let Nikki introduce herself and then we'll get started.
Hey guys, so like Leandra said, I'm Nikki Reed, and I'm actually Leandra's immediate upline. And I have been also, this is my 3rd year with the company. I started in November of 19, got in it for weight loss, but I lost my weight to 47 pounds. Trying to get a few of those extra ones back off, right? But I have the tools. So the thing was, I put my purchase on my mom's credit card, my mom's, and I needed to pay it off really fast before, whatever. So I honestly got in thinking, I'm going to get as much benefit as I can, and I'm just going to return it. That was my thought. But I just made a simple post with words, no pictures, no nothing. And I said, I lost 6 pounds in however many 3 days, whatever it was. And my phone just blew up and everybody was wanting it. Well, I've been really struggling with my weight my whole life. Like, I used to weigh over 400 pounds. And so I knew how people felt. And I was like, wait, maybe I'm supposed to be able to help other people not have the struggle, right? And I got to find some way to pay for this stuff because I'm not willing to give it up now. And so I initially just started just to have a little bit of extra money to cover my products and then, help others. And man, it snowballed, right? Did what I was told to do, and it became a thing. Basically, I now can provide for my 2 children as if I had a 2-income household, which is really nice because I don't have a 2-income household. So anyway, that's how I got here, and that's a little bit about me. So we want to know who each of you are who are hopping on tonight. So if you will tell us who you are, how long you've been here as far as a product user and a distributor, if that's significantly different, right? Some people use products for 5, 6, 10 months, then became a distributor. And what is your favorite thing about Singular so far? So just, just a quickie. All right, we'll start with Hannah. You're up my top right.
Sorry, I had to unmute myself. I actually started, I think back, I don't know if it was April or May of last year, but it was right before I got married. I was getting married in June, and Leandra and I are really good friends. We're best friends, actually. And so she convinced me to try it out because I really wanted to lose weight. And so I kind of like half-assed it, honestly, and didn't really do anything. So I was just kind of like emotionally eating. So I was so stressed out that I wasn't actually like fully committed. I did sign up as a distributor shortly after I started, but I didn't actually put anything into it. So I really just started this past January. And so it's been really awesome. And I love the community about Singular the most because I feel like that's what I need to feel successful. It's just to like really have people plugged into me. So that's been the main thing for me.
Not so sure about
You're muted. Okay,
I
there.
know, I muted myself. Okay, Lauren, can you unmute and tell us who you are? How long you've been doing this? And what's your favorite thing?
Sorry, I'm wolfing down a bowl of cereal so that I can run to my mother's. But it's the magic spoon, whatever, the fruity one. Makes me feel like a child again. I love it. Sorry, I'm hearing music. I don't know. Is that feedback again? Okay. Sorry, I'm hearing music. I'm like ADD distraction here. So I started June of 2020. I came in for weight loss. I knew that in order to afford it, I needed to sell it. So I jumped all in and said, I'm going to do both. Took a while to get going. Last February was the most successful that I was. I went from like having 2 distributors who were kind of distributing to having 9 distributors who were blowing up my phone all day, every day. And then it just kind of fizzled. It was like a distributor who started, went on a trip with girlfriends who started under her, and they were drinking on the weekends and not losing weights. And they're like, this doesn't work, so we're not doing this anymore. So then it was like the crash and burn. And I never got higher than manager. So I'm looking to go for, I'm talking about going for gold. So I hit silver, right? Because if you go for higher and you hit under, then life is good.
Right.
I just got a new distributor yesterday. I was hoping that she was going to jump on, but I think she's still at a child's basketball game. So, favorite thing about Singular is really and truly all the positivity. It's like everywhere you go, yeah, we have our bad days, but for the most part, everybody's positive and happy, and it's what I need.
Awesome. All right, Mary, can you unmute? Are you where you can chat? Sometimes she can't. So, okay. So we'll move on. And just as a reminder, we are recording this. So if you have a new distributor that didn't get to jump on or they come in late, they can always catch the replay. Okay, so first of all, we kind of wanted to start with the basics. And some of you may already know some of this, right? But want to start where everybody needs to kind of like refresh, right? So what are the requirements for you to be a distributor? Simple. It's $35 a year. It's 50 really, right? The upgrade is 35, but you're $50, $49 to be a distributor. And that is good for a whole year. That is the cheapest investment to start a business you will ever have. Monthly, you have to keep a 120 PV. And so we want to be careful to make sure we're looking at the product value rather than the price tag, okay? Because they're not the same. And we want to try to keep that 120 PV on the same day of the month or earlier. Singular is really good about giving you a little bit of a grace, but you don't want to keep pushing that back. And then you find yourself with a space and you miss commissions. So like I always have my subscription mostly run. I used to have it run on the 4th. That's the day after bonus day, right? And then now I have it run on the 15th just because of how my bills fall. But it's the same day all the time. When you have that 120, you're going to get 100% of your commission from your levels 1 and 2 or 1 to 8. And I'm going to explain the difference of that in just a second. If you don't have a 120, if you have 60 or more, you will get 50% of your commissions. So let's just say you got a bad month, you don't have the money, something came up, you only ordered just a couple things, right? And you did not have the 120. You're still going to get half your commissions. Where that will hurt you though, is you are not eligible for bonuses without a 120. So if let's say you just had that 60 and all of a sudden now you're about to hit a rank and you're like, oh, you need to make sure you get the other 60, okay? Because you don't want to leave bonus money on the table. You might be fine with leaving a little bit of commission, right? So let me give you an example. Hannah is directly under Leandra. And so if Hannah only had 75 PV and she sold a kit that was going to give her a $40 commission, Hannah's going to get $20. Leandra's going to get the other $20 plus what Leandra would have got from being Hannah being her number 2. So she basically get half of what you got and all of what she got. So you don't want to give that up if you can help it. And I will tell you that, like, people will always say, this is a team that works together. Look, if you're stuck, if you're like, you know what, it's a bad month, I can't hit my 120, you need to let us know, because somebody will help buy a product under you so that you have your 120. You're working your business, you're trying to do the things, but it's just a bad time, right? Don't let it go without reaching out. That's why we're here, right? If you notice, end of the month, especially, we always are trying to help each other out. Who's working, who's close, who's whatever. And it's the same thing with a 120. So make sure that you pay attention to that. And so I mentioned 1 to 2 levels or 1 to 8 levels. So everybody gets paid 1 to 2 levels. That's great. But if you want to get paid deeper than that, you have to just one time in your entire Zingular career, have a 360 PV month. So if you ordered the X Advanced when you started, and you started as a distributor at the same time, right? That's going to be a 360 PV. And you're good. You never have to do it again. Now you get paid 8 levels deep. Okay. So if you are building a team and you've got, like, so for myself, Leandra's my number 1. Hannah is a number 2 to me. Well, if I didn't have a 360 and Hannah has people under her, I am not going to see any income from the people under Hannah. So I need that 360 to make that happen. So I do have my 360, of course. So I get paid 8 levels deep. Okay. Now, how that works is on an initial order, you get paid up to 4 levels deep. Okay. So again, let's just say Hannah has Lori under her, right? And let's say Lori became a distributor and she signed someone up and that person became a distributor. So Leandra's my 1, Hannah's my 2, Lori's my 3, New Girl is my 4. New Girl signs somebody up. All of us are getting some commission from that sign up, right? It goes 8 levels deep on your residual. So reorders, subscriptions, etc. Then it pays even deeper. Okay, so just so people understand, because as you start to build your business and you have all these other people and you're like, wait a second, my number 5 got a sign up, but I didn't get anything. You don't get that on a new start. You get all the way to 8 on reorders, etc. Does that make sense? Okay. Then your PV is personal volume, what you order. Okay. QV, that's your whole team. And QV is where your rank comes from. Okay. So let's say my personal volume this month was 150. But my QV was 20,000. Because my QV counts all the points that Leandra's whole leg brings up. My QV counts all the points that Sunny's leg brings, and Angie's leg brings, and Scott's leg brings, etc. So you get to count all those points down into your legs on the QV, and that's where they determine your rank. So Hannah hit manager this month. Yeah, She worked her butt off. Golly, like I was like, ding, ding, ding. I'm like, holy cow, who is this girl? What has happened? So her QV, so that means all the people below her, that totaled at least 2,000 points, right? And her personal is included in that. All right, does that make sense? So obviously, the more people you have going this way and then this way, the bigger your QV, right? If it's just going straight down, this is how it's not a pyramid, okay? If Leandra was my only leg and Leandra's PV or QV was 20,000, my QV is not 20,000. You can only use 60% of each leg's QV. So if Leandra's was 20,000, I could use 12,000. Okay. And that's it. So Leandra would actually outrank me at that point if she was my only leg. But I'm fortunate that I have Leandra. So if she was hitting 20,000 and I'm taking 12 from her, and I have Becky, if I got 12 from her, and if I got 12 from Sunny, and if I got 12 from Angie, and if I got 12 from Scott, I'm at 60,000 now, and I didn't do a thing. So that's the difference, because you can pass somebody up, right? They can't keep you from going up. And that's where it's not a pyramid. Coca-Cola, that's a pyramid. Guy at the top gets the most money. In this scenario, I'm at the top of the food chain over here with Leandra and Hannah. But if y'all were to build wider, you could go right past me, right? Okay, so that's QV. Does everybody understand? Any questions about QV? So XV, and I'm going to do it kind of quick, and then Leandra's going to show you a real quick video. No, it doesn't matter if one leg is really small. You're still getting those points, Lauren. So, I mean, all my legs aren't equal, and I'm not getting 60,000. That was just to give an example. But if they were, wouldn't that be great? But even if all of your legs were just a silver manager, but you had 5 of them, right? 5,000, and you can get 60% of that. That's 3,200. And you got 32 times 5. You're at 15. You're a manager with doing nothing, right? So it's important. Managers are what make executives, right? Lexi will tell you that all day long. If you have 10 managers, you're an executive. If you have 5 silver managers, I'm sorry, let me rephrase. If you have 10 gold managers, you're an executive, right? If you have 5 directors, you're an executive, right? So do the math, but managers are where it's made, because once somebody understands and gets that like little bonus, even though it's not huge, you're like, damn girl, I did it, right? You want the next one. And when you get that one, then you're like, oh, I'm going to need the next one. And then you start to get cash bonuses and trips. We'll talk about that later. Trips. Yep. Okay. So the last one is the QV. And this is a little bit harder for people to understand sometimes, but QV is singular volume. Are you shaking your head at me?
XV, right?
XV. Sorry. My brain is dead. I knew what I was saying. I just said the wrong letters. XV is singular volume, right? That means whole company. Whole company. Okay. And singular takes 12% of their profits, more than any other company. I believe the next closest one is like 7.5. 12% of their profits every month and put them in a pool. And they take that pool and they divide it into 12 equal parts. And if you're a manager, you get 1 part. So you get 1% of whatever that is. and everybody that's a manager. So everybody on this screen got a part of that, right? And then if you're a silver manager, you get 2 parts of that. So Leandra and we got 2 parts. If you're a gold manager, you get 3 parts. So I got 3 parts. If you're a platinum manager, you get 4 parts. So I got 4 parts this month. I was a little shy of being director and getting 5, right? But you see what I'm saying? And that money builds because I got the manager money, I got the silver manager money, I got the gold manager money, and I got so it stacks, right? Does that make sense? So the goal is to get into each of those pools, right? You want to dip your toe in every pool. Think of it like being at a resort, right? If you're at a resort and they got all these really cool pools, you got to stick your toe in every one of them. You just got to try them out, right? That's how it is with this. You need to stick your toe in every pool. That's ultimately the goal, right? And yes, Lauren and Leandra both. I love that your goal is to get director and go to XLC because that's how you get qualified for XLC. And Hannah, you could get qualified for XLC too. Little bit of a secret. Not everybody has to be a director. Some of us get the opportunity to nominate people who are moving on up, right? And they're not quite there. So keep busting your ass. And even if you don't make it to director, you could still get nominated to be qualified to go to XLC, which is the shit, by the way. Just saying. Yeah. Okay, so that's all the V's, right? The P, the Q, and the X. Anybody have any questions about all the points? Leandra's going to show you a real quick video. It's like 54 seconds to help kind of drive that home, and then we're going to move on.
Yes, I'm pulling it up right now. All right. Can y'all hear it? Okay, just making sure. All right.
Distributors are I forgot I could have just
Perfect. That was basically just reiterating what Nikki just said. Okay. Nikki, you got it?
Yeah, so the next thing is like, how and when do you get paid, right? And I talked about that a little bit when I was telling you that 20% of your PV on a new order, it's 10% on a reorder if it's your front line, right? That percentage changes. And if you really want to know, we can send you the details. And when you get to the point where you're like, you give a shit about what those numbers are, right? Then we can show you where to find that, the actual breakdown. But like, for example, on a new start, it's 20% for, like, if Leandra had a new start, she's going to get 20 and I'm going to get 12. And then Heather would get 8. And then Mary would get 7. And then so on, right? So that's how it works. But it's all in writing. But just know that your front line is 20% and reorders is 10. That's really kind of where you want to be at to check things. If you need more numbers than that, you know more about numbers than I do, right? The other thing is to remember that your numbers start from 0 every month. So you want to get to the place where you have like subscriptions that start on the first. So I never see a zero. I never see a zero. Day one, I have some people who have subscription. So my numbers are back already. Now they're a little way off from what they were the day before, but that's what you want. Okay. They say that you want to have 60% of your monthly income coming from subscriptions to be sustainable, right? That's the goal. So that means you got to get people on subscriptions. That means we got to make people want to stay on subscriptions. And like Leandra just said, if you don't know what the verbiage is to like get people onto a subscription, then let us know. But every person I sign up gets a subscription, period. Unless they say, I don't want that. But I tell them, this is what I'm doing. I'm putting this in. This is why. And they are like, cool. I literally probably ever only had max 8 people say, no, don't do that. And I have like 500 customers. So that's not a lot. So I just do it. Everybody's going to need Accelerate. Everybody's going to need trim sticks. Everybody's going to need collagen in 30 days. Put it on subscription. Let them get points. Earn free product. So that's where I'm at. I think I'm going to kick it over to Leandra now. We're going to talk about like, where do you want to be financially and how can we help you get there?
Let's do it. I get excited about this part. Okay. So right now, if you don't have a piece of paper or anything, that's fine. But I just want you to write, that's whatever. Just write down a number right now that motivates you as far as income. What would be life-changing income to you? Because life-changing for one person might be $200 a month. Life-changing for someone else is $10,000 a month. What would be life-changing to you? And I just want you to have that number in your head. And I am going to pull something up and show it to you. We all are getting those numbers. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, hey, Heather. What's up? Okay.
Hey, I'm so sorry, y'all. I've been like working on furniture and moving furniture and having somebody painting in my house, and I totally lost track of time.
You're
So
good.
sorry.
No worries. We just wrote down what number of income each month would be life-changing for you. So like,
Okay.
if you had to make a
I'm
number.
I'm gonna turn my volume and camera off because I have dogs and stuff
You're
going
good.
on.
No worries. No
I'm
worries. Thanks for hopping
listening.
on.
All right.
Thanks for hopping on. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen real quick, guys. And I want to show y'all this. Can y'all see that? No, you can't. I hate technology. I really, really do. Okay, perfect. Got it. All right. So take that number you clicked or you wrote down and look here. So this is what these are average monthly incomes with Singular this is from 2021. So very, very recent. What is it? Can you drop it in the chat or unmute and say what rank would you have to be to get your life-changing income? Yay, we got stuff happy to do the chat. Executive. I know Nikki's going for executive. Okay, I will be quite honest with y'all. Right now, life-changing income for me would be platinum manager, because that is what I was making when I worked a full-time job. And if I had that much money, I could go out on the weekends and have 2 drinks and not freak out about like, oh, this is way over budget right now. You know what I mean? So I love these goals. I love them so much. And I think it's so important with your goals, especially financial goals, that you're not gonna, like I said earlier, you're not gonna hit anything that you don't run towards. If you don't have this vision plastered in front of you, if you want it that bad, it is going to be everywhere. I have it on my wall in my office. I have it next to my bed. I have it in my calendar. I have it in my phone. Like, I know where I'm headed. And so I think that's really important when you're running a race, like building your own business. Like, you need to know where you're headed. You need to know, again, what your vision is. And there's so much more than just the numbers that go along with your vision. Life changing means I can retire now. But yes, keep that goal, keep that number in front of you. Next thing. So along with those goals, what other things like push your buttons? What other things are the things that make you excited about this business? So let's talk about the 5 pillars. I am going to stop sharing and get face to face with y'all again. Let's talk about the 5 pillars. So if you don't know what the 5 pillars of Singular are, they are weight loss. Most people come to us for weight loss. Let's just be honest. They see the amazing results and they run to us for weight loss. Wellness. We are not just a weight loss company, and we say anymore, but I truly believe we've always been a wellness company. But the collagen definitely makes it much more attractive for, I feel like, every age group at this point. Everyone needs collagen in their lives, and we know that at this point. So we are a wellness company. Finances. Singular can do amazing things for your finances. Can I just tell a very quick story? And I've told a few of y'all this, but Singular, like life-changing income to me is the $300 that I didn't think we were going to have to pay for engagement photos, guys. Callie and I got engaged and we didn't think we were going to have engagement photos. I checked my Singular pay portal, $301. Like that is life-changing income. And so just keep that in mind. Finances, it can be as little as a mom getting to go to the grocery store, or it can be as big as, $10,000 a month executive, right? So that's finances. Travel. And I haven't gotten to go on all the trips that I went to, but I've gotten to go to Park City with Singular. And let's just say they hook you up. We looked up those rooms, guys. They're like $1,000 a night. You can't afford that. Nobody can afford that. And they put you in the king suite. They treat you like royalty. And that was the first trip. I can't even imagine what the 10K cruise looks like, or 50K cruise. And Dubai. Yes, gas money. I mean, freaking, I saw Heather filled up today. It was like $100. What? So yes, it's just the little things. And that is what I think our opportunity is more about. Like, yes, there's going to be the people who shoot to the moon and do amazing things, but it's the little money that really, really drives change and changes your life. But the travel, and it's for 2. So you ain't partying alone. You're partying with your spouse, your best friend, whoever, and then you're meeting up with your community and doing it all. So not only do we have the travel through our passport program, we also have the travel through our Founders Club program, which we're going to get even more in depth with in just a second. So that's travel, finances, and tribe. I mean, we already talked about it in the very beginning, but the number of people who say this community, the positivity, like I'm just getting chills because like I've met my best friends through Singular. Logan Siddell, her name's Briggs now, sent me a hat because she knew that I liked it. And she doesn't even know me in person. Like that is the type of thing that you have in this community. And I feel like as women going into the workforce right now, like it's not the best place. Like, let's be honest, women are catty, women are petty. And we have women and men on this team, but we mostly are women, and we build each other up. Like we love on each other. Like I know I can call Hannah. I know I can call Nikki. I know I can call Heather. And now I know I can call Lauren if I ever need anything. Like that's just how we are. We don't have to know each other face to face, person to person. Like this community is great. So anyways, I could rant all day long about this, but those are the 5 pillars. So find what pushes your buttons, because that's going to complete that drive. That is going to make you consistent and committed when you know what drives you. But second, find what drives your people. What do your people want? Does your person want to travel? I know Hannah wants to travel. Oh, I know she wants to travel. I know like her money goals. I know those things because I've had those conversations with her. And so when you've got these new people, these new customers, even find what drives them in their weight loss journey, because 9 times out of 10, it's going to be pretty similar as to what drives them in their business journey. And so I think that's super important to understand the 5 pillars and use that in your branding. This is something that I love to talk about. I'm very passionate about social media, and what we do is network marketing. Like we're using, the network. I don't know where I was trying to go with that. I was trying to be funny and it didn't work very well. But We use social media. I mean, if you're still doing this face to face, you're kind of, it's a little past the times. Like, network marketing has changed so much in 2022. It is all about social media and building those relationships with people, real relationships, authentic relationships over the phone, over social media. And so when you're talking in your stories about Singular, brand yourself with the travel, with the tribe, with whatever it is that pushes your buttons. Find things that other people are interested in, because at the end of the day, you're going to draw them in because of who you are. You're not going to draw them in because you take a supplement. I can promise you that. Like, they are going to fall in love with who you are, and people are going to do business if they know, like, and trust you. So keep those things in mind when you're sharing. Be authentic, be yourselves, and use other people's ideas. Like, there is no, like, that's called simple duplication. It is not copycat. It is not copying in Singular. Like, use what other people post, make it your own. Take the ideas, use the reels. If I ever post something that you want to use, take it. You don't even have to ask. Like, that's just how we are. That's how this company is. And we're all building each other's, like, businesses at the end of the day, because if you succeed and you succeed and you succeed, our bonuses all go up, quite frankly. So I ask you daily if I can use your stuff. Yes, you do. And I love it. I'm all here for it. I steal your stuff all the time too. So that is, let me check my notes and make sure I covered everything. If y'all have any questions about that, I'm going to go over one more little thing in the back office. I'm going to show y'all that stuff real quick. But last but not least, guys, how do you get to these goals that we just talked about? One is you're going to share a lot. If you're not sharing every single day, you're not sharing enough. Sharing, you're going to do your IPAs. And if you don't know what your IPAs are, get with your coach. They have a list. I promise you. Oh, boutique. I love this. I said this analogy earlier that I heard from someone else. You're not going to open a clothing boutique and not put your clothes in the window, right? Like, you're like, you don't, oh, they're in the box in the back. Like, no, you are open for business, right? You've started this business, you've committed to it. Share your product, share your story. I just thought it was a really cute analogy. But back on my train of thought, we're going to do back office and then IPAs. Okay. If you don't have, I'm not going to go through all of them right now. There's plenty of lists out there that you can find. Get with your coach, get into your chats, use boards. If you don't know what boards is, get with your coach. But everything you could possibly ever need and is in boards. It's quite seriously. That and the Singular Share app are two great places to find resources. There's also a ton in your back office. Ask questions. No question is a stupid question. I can assure you that. Like, we've all been in that starting wide-eyed, bushy-tailed, have no idea what the heck I just signed up for. And so feel free to ask the questions. We're not going to bite you. Like, it's totally fine. And participate in the things. Guys, we talk about this community. We talk about how amazing it is to get plugged in. Stay plugged in. If your team is doing any type of promotion, if they're doing things, share it, be a part of it, enjoy. If you can get to an in-person training, get to an in-person training. Like, life changes at in-person trainings. And so I would recommend y'all make those a priority. I am going to go ahead, Nikki.
I'll jump in real quick. So
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you that for Heather and I both, and I know because we did this like simultaneously, even though she's my upline, about the time I came in, she was really starting to take off, and she was sharing everything with me that she was doing. And I took off like fire. Okay. And then Heather got Zach also, and we both took off like fire. And so Heather is running her other people and me and Zach, and I mean, fire. But I'm going to tell you, it's because we were at everything. Literally, I got home from Austin one day from something for school, drove straight to Brenham, got in Heather's truck. We drove to Stephenville for the reveal of Resist. We didn't know what it was going to be, but we, by God, we're going to be there. We have jumped in trucks and driven to Arkansas. We've driven to Louisiana to do team meetings. We've been to every in-person training that you can get to. And I promise you, it's the difference. I literally, in 9 months, went from nobody, Nobody, 8 months. 8 months. Went from nobody to platinum director. Go back to your little income summary and look that up. In fact, didn't Hannah, isn't that what you said you needed to be at? Platinum director? 8 months. 8 months. Heather hit executive in 8 months. Okay? Because we did the things. Okay? All the little things. When we have a live training, I know like it's easy to say, oh, blah, 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 I got this. But I'm going to tell you, there's going to come a time where things are going to start to go, it's this. This is everything in life, right? Or this. You've got to be plugged in. You've got to have those connections. So like I told one of my new girls, get to Zing Fling. Get there. Cross that stage. Hannah, you just got a rank. You want to cross that stage. I promise you, you want to cross that stage. You want to rub elbows with the Freddie Eliases. You want to rub elbows with the Robin Packards. You want to have those moments. You want to cross that stage. And I would be willing to bet that at the end of this month, you would be crossing the stage twice. So make the plans, make the commitment, find a roommate, get a flight, go to the damn things. Everybody should be going to the things. It is, like Leandra said, the difference. Okay.
Thanks for hopping in on that. Okay, I am going to do back office. We don't want to keep you on more than an hour. So I'm going to do back office training and then questions. If y'all have questions now, drop them in the chat and I'll hit them as soon as we're done with a quick back office training. If you don't know what your back office is, that's a problem. Let's get you in your back office. So if you go to Zingular, you're going to sign in and your screen is going to look something about like this. And we don't judge numbers. We never judge people's numbers. Okay. All right. So this is where we're at. This is the front page. Quick. Right here is going to show your lifetime rank. So this, I hit gold manager way back when. And this is going to be what she was saying, your PV. My subscription has not ran this month. I got my 5-day heads up today. QV, that's going to be my team volume. We already went over that. And XV, Zingular as a whole. Right here, you're going to see your personal sponsoring. How many people have you signed up this month? Today, this should say this month. It's today, this month. And then this is last month's volume, your team as a whole. And then this is going to say, this is an important part, enrollees on subscription. So this month, I've had 3 people run their subscription. Last month on this date, I've had 2 people. So I'm ahead from what I was last month, which is good. That shows growth. And then qualification volume, that is just your PV, so or QV. So that's going to be the same thing as over here. But this is going to compare you. Where were you last month on this date? Where are you this month on this date? So you can see if you're ahead or behind of last month. I'm a little bit behind. Got to get to work. Down here, I'm not going to lie, I don't really look at any of this very much, but this is going to show your personal PV for the last few months, QV, so you can see trends. A couple of important points down here. If you need to check your Zingular rewards, if you've got subscriptions running, and this is good stuff that if you have customers who ask these questions too. Your Zingular rewards, Zingular Pay portal, this is where you get paid. If you have any questions about the pay portal, let me know. And just some random stuff. Saved enrollment links is good if you send your link out instead of enrolling people yourself. But where we get into the nitty gritty is reports. Reports is the fun part. And Nikki, feel free to jump in if I forget something. I'm kind of trying to zip through this. All right, so when you get to your reports, this is going to show all these red means I haven't hit these ranks yet. So as I hit manager, silver manager, whatever, these are going to turn green with your volume. Required QV is how much it takes to get to that rank. And can use up to is that 60% thing that Nikki was explaining earlier. I can use up to 1,200 of any one leg. So Hannah, if she she skyrocketed, but whenever she gets her points past 1,200, I can only use 1,200 of those if I'm a manager. If I'm a silver manager, I can use up to 3,000 points of hers. Gold, 6,000. Makes sense. And then this is just going to be all your customers that you've enrolled that are still technically like have accounts 6 months with an order. And then right here, this drop down is gold money right here. Right. So commission summary. Everyone wants to know, what did I get paid? Where do I find that? So these are all those things. And quite frankly, I scroll right down here. You can see what your bonus was for each month. And then you can see how much you made daily. And so, yeah, efficiency rating, if anyone wants to jump in, I don't know really what that means.
Yeah, so, and Heather dropped something in the chat. They moved a lot of reports to the dashboard and there are more of them. But the bottom line is you cannot break your back office, right? So just click on things, find the answers. You're not going to change anything. But Leandra, if you scroll back down to the efficiency rating, so they will tell you that a good efficiency rating is 7 to 8. They will tell you that a great efficiency rating is 10 to 12.
Oh.
So Leandra is in the great, right?
Oh, okay.
The key is to keep that efficiency rate as your team gets bigger. You want to keep that rating up. And that's just something to kind of give you a target. They will also tell you that most distributors are at about the 5 to 6% rating. There you go.
I just got a little boost. I didn't know that. I thought higher was worse. Okay. And then I haven't played around in the dashboard. So maybe that's something I need to do more because I just came back. I'll be real honest. Okay. Subscription report though. I've spent a lot of time in here because this is the money in your sleep. Money in your sleep. We like money in our sleep. So this is just going to say the day it shipped. So it's the 3rd of the month. So I don't care about anything below here right now because it hasn't ran, it hasn't shipped. I don't know nothing. But like, for example, right here, I had 340 set up to run, only 235. I can click here. I already know that there's nothing here. They changed their subscription to a different date. But you could see potentially whose subscription did not run. And that could be a place where you message them, ask them, hey, did your credit card not work? Did something and there's verbiage for that in boards. So this is where you can see all those things. And so you can see I have the potential to run 2870 volume in subscriptions only. And this is your whole team. Okay, so this is, these are all of Hannah's subscriptions, Jacqueline's subscriptions, all of my people's subscriptions. But I can always say one of Hannah's people's subscription doesn't run and I'm back here. I can be like, hey girl, you want to check in with your person? So there's good stuff there. Active with no subscription is also great. This are people that are ordering very regularly and not on a subscription. What? There's no point. So all these people we got to have a talking to and get them on subscription. They're losing out on literally free money, free points. So this is a great place to come and look for that kind of thing.
So real quick, 2 things. Number 1, this is the month that you want to look who's getting a subscription ahead, right? And you want to send them a message and say, hey, this month the company is giving a bonus product. If you spend $150 on your subscription, just want to let you know, maybe you might need 1 extra product next month, might be worth it to order it now. So that's number 1. Number 2, Leandra, click on the sponsor name for me. So the thing is, you can sort these by any of these columns. So now Leandra can see all of her frontline that are, look, she got people getting 200, 180 volume, and they're not on subscription. And then she can say, hey, Hannah, you have these people. Hey, Beverly, you have these people, right? So you can sort these things by any of the blue. Anything that's blue, you can click on it, right? And that can help you identify the people you need to hone in on. Does that make sense? So again, you can't break your back office. Just click on stuff, right?
Yes. Perfect. Canceled subscriptions is pretty much the same thing as this page. It tells you who's canceled. New members, I use this a lot when coaching to make sure I'm talking to the people that I've signed up in the last month, 2 month, 3 month. Last month was freaking insane. And so Hannah and I and Jacqueline are on a coaching mission right now, trying to get all these people coached this month, right? And so it's just a good place to see all your new people. Canceled striking distance is great when you've got distributors. and that's obviously the goal for everyone, is to have teams. This can kind of show you who's 75% of the way to manager, or you can play with the numbers. I'm not the best at explaining this. I don't personally use this, but it is another place to see all your distributors in one place. And new rank advancements, you can see who on your team has ranked up. Am I
Hey,
missing
Leandra.
anything, Nikki?
Leandra,
Yeah,
I
go
was
ahead.
gonna say on the striking distance on that number where it says 75%, what you can do is whenever you're getting, you can use it, of course, anytime during the month. But I really start looking at that like starting to be about the middle of the month, because you'll want to change that number to 75% or 50%. That way you're seeing the people that are literally halfway to hitting manager, or they're 75% on the way to hitting executive, Nikki. So anyway, that's how you can play with those numbers. But again, like Nikki said, and like Leandra's saying, play with your back office. Nothing you click on, nothing, no number you change stays changed. It is done all up at corporate, so you can't break anything. So that's what that percentage value is.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I haven't played with that in a very long time. Do you want me to open the distributor dashboard, Nikki?
You know, I feel like that's really like a whole training in itself.
Okay, perfect.
Can you go down to the bottom and let's click on Founders Club?
Yes.
All right, guys. So look, this is where everybody wants to be. This is the extra trip that every single person can earn every year. My first year, I earned 5 trips in 8 months. Okay. And this was one of them. So this year, the qualification period ends in October. Okay. October 30th. Right? Heather, or is it September 30th?
September.
Okay. I think
it's September.
September 30th. September 30th. And the new one starts October 1st. But there's
the new
plenty of time for everybody to get this trip, right? But if you go in here, it tells you how you get the trip, right? And it also tells you about your points. So like when I went on Founders Club, I had the max points. I earned the room credit. I earned the 2 extra nights. I earned the room credit. I earned all of it, right? So you want to make sure you know what that is and how you can get there, how those points add up. And there's a whole sheet right there on how to do it. And then, break it down into chunks. Be like, okay, this month I need 3 people to get a quick start. I need 3 new people and they need to get a quick start. It's a benefit for them because this is manager madness. If you get somebody to a quick start, they are a hop, skip, and a jump away from manager. So not only do they get their $100 bonus, if they get to manager, they're getting another $100 bonus. And you're getting 50, by the way. Like, hello, it benefits everybody. And they're getting a unique account. So when Hannah hit manager, Leandra got a unique account. So Leandra has 1 person. My girl Missy hit her quick start. So I got a unique account. So I have 1 person, right? So it benefits us to help y'all get where you want to be, because in some way, shape, or form, it helps us too. Even Lauren, who is not in our direct line at all, everything she makes still benefits me because it goes in the company pool, right? So why wouldn't I want to help Lauren, right? So Founders Club is the trip. You want to talk about spoil you rotten. Every day we walked in our room and there was a new gift. Every day there was something fun to do. We got product reveal. We got on beta test. Like, we're like, what just happened? Heather and I were like living it up like a rock stars, right? So this year's trip is to Cabo. Okay. Toes in the water, ass in the sand. Anyone? I'm just saying. So you got to decide, hey, am I going to start taking some of those people who love the products and get them to share, get some people interested and help them get their quick start? You never know which ones are going to really need to make this a business, right? I didn't know Leandra needed to make this a business. right? Lauren, you help me build managers and I'll send you the $50. Okay, deal. But you know what I mean? Like, you don't know anybody's situation. Heather knew me, but we didn't know each other like that, right?
That's what I was about to say. I never dreamed that Nikki would be interested. I didn't think that she was, worried about health and wellness. I didn't think she was worried about a side gig. I knew that she was completely busy. I knew that she didn't have like a second free time. And I was like, she is on the road all the time. There's no way she needs this. And whenever she sent me a message, I was like, holy crap. I sat there and prejudged her, and I was fixing to go on and move forward, helping other people and not help my friend Nikki. So bad on me, because I was fixing to rob her of something that could help her and her kids. So I'm glad she stepped up to me and came forward and was like, hey, me. So y'all don't prejudge like I did.
And the same, like, and don't be afraid to reach out to people who you know you can help. They may not be ready. If you ever hear Robin Packard's story, she is the top earner in the company. She told them no 7 times. 7 times. Nah, not interested. Nah, not doing it. Okay. So you might reach out to someone who you know in your heart, in your gut, so many questions for them, right? And they may tell you no, but you know what? You just, another time, you share it with them again. I have a friend, Julie. She needs this. She needs this in her life more than anything, on every level. She is extremely overweight and miserable. She financially they are way struggling right now. She is on the phone with me crying. She's on product. She's been on product, but she wasn't at a point where she was ready. And now she might be really ready, right? So you never give up on those people. And because you never know when it's going to be a yes. So anyway, just want to throw that out there. All right, we're ready for Q&A. Any questions? And I know there's a couple of y'all in here, but again, we did record this so y'all can share this with your people. Other distributors who were going to try to get on, like my new girl, she was going to try to get on. I'm going to share this with her. So hopefully she can kind of scoot her way through it. But know that we are always here to answer any other individual questions. We're here to do an individual training, whatever, with y'all. But if anybody's got a question right now, let me know.
Hannah texted me a question that I could address real quick. So Klarna subscription, how it works basically is when they go through the process of signing up with Klarna, they can put in a subscription right then and there. It's the same process as signing up. You just do it through the Klarna app. So they can still set up a subscription. The only thing is they need to go in and add a credit card that's their own after the fact. So they can still get their 15 points. They just need to go in and change the credit card on that subscription. So it's not that Klarna card, because it's going to get whatever dismissed or whatever. So that was her question. Good question. Anything else? Guys, this is so fun, honestly.
Lauren, I love that. She said, I've earned 0 trips in 1.75 years and I'm about done not traveling. I love that. Yes. Sometimes you just got to be done.
I love to travel, and for somebody else to pay for
Right.
my travel, mine and my husband's travel, yeah, I'm all in. And then I learned that you don't even, like, when they say all expenses paid, they really mean it. I love hearing that you guys get gifts while you're there, but I had no idea that they even covered gratuity. You don't even need to tip. It's on them.
Yep. It's the best.
One question, you were saying that 15 points for setting up your subscription. Do you still get 30 days after you become a member to set up your subscription and get those 15 points?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, you do. Obviously, we want to try to do it when they sign up, right? It's just so much easier Because the last thing you want is for somebody to get off product because they ran out and then they realize I can function without it until they can't. And then stuff starts creeping back on. You don't want to put them in that situation. You don't want to lose customers because of it.
I have so many people tell me, well, I really want to try it before I get, on a
Yeah.
subscription.
Yeah, you say, you know what? And that, me too. I did too. But I want you to be able to get free product. And if you don't love it, we're going to cancel your subscription. It's no big deal.
Can I say
Okay.
something that's been working really freaking well for me? So all
Please.
I've added, I use the Explosion or Join the Journey subscription message right before I set their account up. So I'm like, I'll send their link and it'll say it. But right after it says you can pause, cancel, whatever at any time, I put you're literally getting your $15 membership fee back just for setting this up. And that hits home to people because it's $15 in their account. So they're getting their membership fee just by setting that up. And that has worked. Like I haven't had a no since I started adding that to my subscription.
You're just now sharing that with me?
I just started it whenever Hannah freaking blew up.
I give people the option. So,
Yeah, I started links. Enrolling people got to be too much. So I use links now. But thank you so much for hopping on. That was fun. I have a baby. I don't know if y'all noticed. I've had a baby monitor on this whole time. But all right. Are we good?
all right, guys. Well, if
What's
y'all
up?
ever need anything, and again, it doesn't matter whose team you're on or what line you're in, ask. If you're like, hey, I really want to learn how to do this. Can we set up a time to Zoom and you show me? Yes. Like, just let us know.
Thanks.
Okay,
Cool,
perfect.
guys. Y'all have a great evening.
Y'all
Thank
too.
you.